Hello, friend.
Rest in peace, Air. May the mountains hear her
You made
name
it.
until the end of time.
Of course, Newt. She was a dear friend.
Let's head up. My people will be glad you're here. Some may have questions about what happened.
I hope it's not why. I'm still struggling with that one myself.
Aren't we all? Perhaps that's the answer Bram left to seek.
He's not here?
No. He arranged this and then took to the mountains. The fire inside that boy. I almost feel sorry for any of Jormag's minions he comes across.
Sounds like he's working through it in true Bram fashion. Good.
Make yourself at home. Your Tribune friend certainly has. Now I'll leave you to it, Commander. Speak with whomever you wish and celebrate, or pay your respects privately. The spirit of air can be found in either.
She had him dead to rights, and we all knew it. And what was he going to do? Beg? Plead? Wasn't his style. And Air wouldn't buy it anyway. So, he just jumped off the ledge. Well, she wouldn't give him the satisfaction of escape, even to his death. She shot him before he hit the ground. Damn, that Nord knew how to exact revenge.
That's
So
just
true.
like her. Thank you for that story, Tribune Brimstone.
I'm not sure why no one's ever made a tapestry of that moment. Oh, hey, good to see you, Commander.
You too, spreading a little air cheer?
Things were getting too serious. Just ensuring they remember the right Air.
Hey, you're that Retlock trombone, the Revenant, right?
Close enough. Now why don't you do Uncle Trombone a favor and buzz off?
But I want to hear about the Blood Legion.
Don't you think quietly weeping in the corner by yourself would be more fun than this?
Among our legendary
Nah,
heroes.
this is fine.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Zojja or Logan? I was crossing my fingers they'd be well enough to make this.
Still both laid up on my last visit.
Too bad. Mordremoth's death came with a great toll, for sure.
You know, with those two out of the field and Snaff and Air gone and Kaith, well, there really is no Destiny's Edge anymore.
I'm sorry, Ridlock. I know how important it was to you.
But there's no sense in looking back. Maybe it's time to start again.
Another guild? Would Air...
She wouldn't want us to get caught up in her death like she did with Snaff's. Regret gets you nowhere. And Tyria would probably sleep more soundly with the Dragon Slayer at the helm of a new guild.
We could do a lot of good. It didn't go perfectly, but the small group we had was pretty capable against Mordremoth. What would we call it?
Fate's Razor!
I will not be part of a guild called Fate's Razor.
What about Dragon's Watch?
Dragon's Watch. I like that.
Can I be in it?
No.
But I've got my Uncle Beamish's magical sword.
Not yet, kid.
Commander, come see this.
What's going on?
Welcome home, brother.
Great
Now
spirit.
that is a happy sight.
Oh, thank the spirits. To
Air Stagolkin. Her legend lives on. May we all carry her memory until we join her
It's a
and
sign.
the Great Spirit.
Rox! You, and Garm!
Commander, what are you doing here? What did I walk into?
A memorial for Air. You couldn't have brought a better gift.
Yeah, nice work, soldier.
We're both tired and hungry. Wasn't expecting all this. Garm's hurt, too. We should get him healing as soon as possible.
What can I do to help?
I'll send for a healer. In the meantime, there's plenty of food around.
I'll do it. Rox, you rest. Are you hungry, Wolf? There you go, boy. You're home now. I still can't believe it. How did you find Garm?
Tracked him from the crash site. Wasn't easy. The jungle's still crawling with Mordrum. Some of them have come unhinged without their master's voice. Poor Garm followed Air's scent into the middle of it all.
Among our legendary
He was
heroes.
lucky to be alive. We both are.
Bram's going to be so happy when he gets back.
He's not here?
No, he's in the mountains blowing off some steam.
Well, I'll stay with Garm and make sure he's okay. When he's ready, we can try to catch up with Bram.
I'm sure the cold air will do Garm some good after all that jungle heat.
Yeah, if I never see another pocket raptor as long as I live, I'll die happy.
Come on. Let's get to what we're here for.
You can rest assured that your legend will be remembered.
Wolf chose Air at a young age. You honor her. This spirit recalls the importance of the pack, and you were part of hers.
Air had many of the qualities of Snow Leopard. Her stealth was renowned. You honor her well by carving this statue.
Bear gives us our ferocity, and
You
Air
know,
was loved
I've
by
always
Bear.
said she was destined to
Do
be
her
the next
honor,
leader of
remind us
Volbred.
of our gifts from
I
all
can't
the
believe she's gone forever. She was a powerful ally, and a loyal friend.
Your craftsmanship does Air honor.
Maybe you can explain
She was a
it.
great sculptor.
I still don't
drawing her
understand why they
inspiration
didn't bring
and
Air's
skill
body
from
back for a
Raven.
proper send-off.
We couldn't risk her turning. Her progeny Bram took care of her himself. He honored her remains, I assure you.
Rest in peace, Air. May the mountains hear her name
No,
until the
everyone
end of
was
time.
vulnerable.
I am awed by
Anyone,
the power of
Sylvari or
the
not, could be attached to one of their blighting trees. The trees created duplicates of people to serve Mordremoth. It was awful.
Greetings. They say you were there when Air met her end. What killed her?
It was a powerful dragon minion.
Rest
one
in
of Mordremoth's
peace,
most
Air.
dangerous. An
May
abomination.
the mountains hear her name until the end of time.
Herself. Is that true?
She didn't deal the killing blow. That was a vicious jungle predator called a vine tooth.
I am awed by the power of the stone.
Who let that wolf in here? It smells awful.
That's Air's pet, Garm.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I mean, he's lovely. He must have heard me. Sorry, Garm. Everyone, lend us your ears. The one who killed Zaitan with Air's Tagalkan would like to say a few words.
What's Garm doing?
He's looking for her.
We've all lost people we loved. And the pain of that can be mind-numbing. But we can't let the pain stop us from moving forward without them. Without her. Instead, we honor, celebrate her life. The gift that she was. Air is a part of me. A part of us all. How do we reimburse the eternal alchemy for that bequest? By living the rest of our lives larger, better, bolder. We love, we laugh, we defend our world, and we fight for what's right. We do what she would have done. Homesteaders, hunters, heroes all. To Air!
To
Air
Air.
Stagalkin. Her legend lives on. Hear her
To a
name.
great
Nicely
warrior
done.
and
To
friend.
Air.
We join her and the great
Goodbye.
spirits.
Commander, this just arrived for you.
Rest in
Oh,
peace,
thank you,
Air. May the
Looks like I'm
mountains
off
hear
to
her
Rotten
name
Novus.
until the end of
Ritlock,
time.
care to follow?
May we all
Sure, but I need to take care of something on the way. Or rather, tell someone I won't be taking care of something. Never mind. I'll meet you there.
Sure. Rox, Ritlock talked me into founding a new guild. It'd be great to have you. And pass the invitation on to Bram when you see him. Actually, don't. I'll do it in person. I don't want him to think we're merely replacing Destiny's Edge after his mother's death.
I get it. And I think he will too, when the time's right.
Quite a reward. We'll never get recruits.
Where are you traveling
These
today?
dust bunnies have no interest in gut-wrenching, mind-blowing
I have
war.
business with the captain's
The mists
council.
are too
Be
exclusive.
careful. They may be business people today, but they were all pirates not too long ago.
One second, please.
Security breach detected.
Gollum, what are you doing?
Responding with full force.
No, this is not happening. 6 feet tall. Stop! Halt! Cease! Desist!
Unidentified intruder does not fulfill intelligence requirement. Prepare for termination.
Vacate these premises!
Oh, my poor baby.
It'll take me months to
Timey! Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. All this crunchy old tech's been overstimulated by the influx of magic. Glad you're here.
Yeah, I got your letter.
Funny, I also sent one to this guy, but he barely made it.
Your note failed to mention how to navigate this Asuran playground.
He got lost trying to find the lab. I had to follow the non-stop stream of char expletives to track him down.
City of the future, my tale.
It's good to see you. I was so happy when I saw your mission was a success. But then I heard about Marshal Traherne.
He saved us all. His sacrifice won't soon be forgotten.
But there's good news, too. Ritlock says we're starting a new guild. So exciting!
Glad you're on board.
Of course you are! Someone has to be the brains. Haha, kidding. In all seriousness, though, I suspect some of the things I'm working on in this place will come in very handy.
How have you been doing here?
Great, it's fantastic. Well, it was before every Asura and their grand mentor showed up.
At least you have a lot of hands to pitch in at the Dragon Lab.
What do you mean, Commander? I've never heard of this room you describe. Keep it down about the Dragon Lab. I don't want anyone finding out about it. Especially...
Hello, progeny.
Counselor Flunt, how lovely to see you. I'm so pleased you didn't end up on a Chalk's breakfast menu this morning.
You can stow the dim insults. They'll never be clever enough to wound me. Now, have there been any new developments today?
Why, none that I can think of.
Allow me to warn you about keeping secrets from me, progeny. My wrath is as fierce as my intellect.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. I wouldn't dream of hiding something from you, Counselor. I'm totally hiding something from him. Let's head there now, but not the way you know. We're going through the gate. I've configured it to appear as if we're going to the command center, but we're really going to you-know-where. Except there's a catch. You have to outsmart the security measures.
You're joking, right?
Not this time. Give it a shot and I'll observe. See if you can crack the code. I'll give you a hint. Do exactly as you're told.
Unidentified user. Security measures activated. passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete. Phase 2 commencing now. Enter passcode. Interact with the console only if you are an approved user.
Oh, must be love.
More like marriage. Ow!
System reset. Enter passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete. Phase 2 commencing now. Enter passcode. Phase 2 complete. Enter passcode. Phase 3 complete. Enter passcode. Incorrect.
Yikes! What's causing that?
This place is an accident waiting to happen.
Enter passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete. Phase 2 commencing now. Enter passcode. Phase 2 complete. Enter passcode. Phase 3 complete. Enter passcode. Incorrect. System reset.
Somebody crackle the buckmo, please.
Sweetie, nobody knows what a buckmo is.
Enter passcode. Phase 1 of 5 complete. Phase 2 commencing now. Enter passcode. Phase 2 complete. Enter passcode. Phase 3 complete. Enter passcode. Incorrect.
Jumpy Jolts, what is that?
I think it's your conscience.
Alert! Oh my god! Alert!
I am not amused.
Easy there, fellas.
Shut up.
6 feet tall! I'm not. That'll silence you.
That's our cue. You didn't crack the code, so I did it. Sorry to put you through that. I need to keep people who may or may not be named Flunt out of here.
Now that the subterfuge is out of the way, can we get to what you called us here for?
Yes, this is a replica of the Leyline energy map we found outside of Tarir. I've been tracking the movement of magic since Mordremoth's death. It's been in total chaotic flux. Here, there, everywhere. See, that dot is the egg chamber. It lit up like a Lunar New Year firework after the dragon went bye-bye. But as you can see here, the egg's doing great.
What are we looking at? A feed of the egg chamber?
Yeah, the Exalted and the Radanovans shared a ton of information. They must have helped them design their security system.
And then you broke into it.
No, I utilized it to check on the egg.
So you broke into it?
Hey, we're all friends, right? I don't think they'd mind. Maybe just don't mention it around any floaty gold people.
Do you have access to surveillance all over Tarir?
Back to the leyline map. So this other point is... that's new. The northern bloodstone dot is flaring up. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
The spot where Mordremoth died looks like it's cooling down a little.
Yeah, a lot of that energy's been put back into the system. I'm trying to model its patterns, but this map isn't built for detailed readings. Yet. In the meantime, look at this.
What is it?
Not to toot my own warbler or anything, but I killed a chalk or two in my time alone here. Since the others don't know about this place, I couldn't ask to have defenses installed, so they pop up every once in a while when the lab's drawing a lot of power.
Like those?
Exactly. Get 'em.
Accelerate!
That sound makes my teeth ache. Timmy, you gotta stop eating cookies in your lab.
I think they smell the organ I harvested. Might be one of their kin.
More incoming. It ain't nap time yet.
Accelerate!
Anyway, this thing is some sort of organ I found in one of the larger ones. It's part of their digestive system, and as you know, they feed on ley energy, so it got me curious.
Any valuable findings yet?
None I can explain right now. I ran some ley energy through it, and it came out different on the other side.
Different?
I'm not really sure how just yet. It was barely measurable with the equipment I have. I need to develop some other device to actually observe the phenomenon.
What's that sludge you're keeping it in?
Blighting pod fluid. Remember that stuff? It has wonderful preservative and even restorative properties.
Fluid? From the blighting pods? The things that made horrible Mordrim abominations out of corpses?
So you do remember it?
Timmy, do you think maybe that might be a bad idea?
You worry too much. In research, there's no reward without risk. And if I'm gonna stay one step ahead of everyone outside this lab, I have to take a lot of risks. But one thing I can't risk is staying away from the main lab too long. It arouses suspicion. Let's go.
I got your back. You first.
Don't worry about Timey beating us to it. Lunge assures me he has her under his thumb. From what I hear, Timey has an advantage. I'd excel if I had Zojak and Mentor too.
Did you see where Timey and that odd crew of hers went?
The humans are all abuzz about some group called the White Mantle. They're so short-sighted.
I didn't capture it all, but I got some of the data in their crew notes. And another chart here. That's multiple in one day. How good. I'm going to sneak a look at Timey's equipment. Watch my back. Okay. Stuck out here without her golem? I don't know how she does it.
Timey? Yeah, cute as a bug. If my son were here, I'd introduce them. Imagine the progeny.
the leader of the Vigil? Oh my, she's quite impressive.
Don't tell him, but I secretly call him Blunt, because he is. Timey got a raw deal on that
I
waypoint
heard something
device.
scrambled, drooling. It explains why Timey's out here on her own.
Stand down.
I was told
it's
I'd
just
find the Pact
Timey's
commander
friends
here.
again.
Anyone? Were they wrong?
General Soulkeeper, this is quite a surprise. What brings you to Rotanovus?
You do, Commander. I've come here to offer you a new position within the Pact. The Marshal rank is, vacant. And we want you to fill it.
This is an honor.
I'm glad you view it in that light. The Pact is hanging on by a thread.
I see.
I can tell you're having your doubts, so let me just be upfront about the role. Certain Pact elements feel like Marshal Traherne's mistake was going out into the field and getting himself killed. The new Marshal would be planted safely in an office in Lion's Arch, still leading the troops, but out of harm's way.
As flattered as I am by your offer, I'm going to have to respectfully decline, General. After our Mordremoth battle, I believe I, Ritlock, and the others would be more effective operating as our own guild.
I understand the decision on your early retirement, although I'm disappointed. I still believe in the Pact's goal.
I do too, and I'll always be ready to lend a hand. It'll just be outside the system.
Out from under a mountain of paperwork, you mean?
Laugh it up, No Eyes. I have something for you, too. A letter from the Black Citadel. You must have really brushed some higher-ups the wrong way.
Are you sure you want to just crumple that up and throw it away?
Why not? It's what I did with the last two.
What did I hear? You're not in the Pact anymore? Wait, what do I call you? Hooba?
No. How about we just stick with Commander for now?
Technically, it's a title for life, so you're welcome to it.
Never capitulate.
That didn't sound good.
Quick, let's go see what's happening.
Protect the counselors! Run! It's a crazy Silvari!
Timey, is that another one of your friends?
What happened?
I came
He
in through the
followed this
caves
locale
because
no
I couldn't
more.
find the gate. I wasn't expecting such an enthusiastic welcome.
Did you see that? Blunt was so mad, even his fleas jumped ship. Canuck, you're my hero.
Why the surprise visit?
I'm here answering the call.
But Mordremoth's dead. We killed...
Oh, it's not the Drungle Dragon's call. This time it's Anise's.
Still holds your billet, eh?
She does. But certain messy events have transpired, and I'm assured that if I clean them up, my billet will be released, and I'll once again be free from any yoke.
How can I help?
Minister Codicus recently left the Queen's protective custody. Anise sent me and a squad of Shining Blade to help the good minister find his way back to Divinity's Reach.
Any idea on his whereabouts?
There's been a flare-up of White Mantle activity in northern Maguma, and intel points to him possibly heading there.
That's the crazy magical hotspot we saw up by the Bloodstone.
I thought the minister claimed to not be in bed with those Mersat lovers.
Didn't we all?
Ritlock, get word to the others. Marjorie might be getting a little restless in Divinity's Reach and want in on the action.
Commander, if you like, you can hitch a ride on my airship. It's on our way. We can drop you off.
Now that's an offer I can't turn down, General.
Perfect. I'll grab my Shining Blade detachment and meet you there.
Let's get underway.
Commander's destination ahead. Looks like we're in for quite a ride.
We're not flying into that scramble, are we?
By gods, grow a backbone. Scared of a little weather? All hands, full reverse! On your feet. We survived. Somehow.
Quite a reward. Wadasum is so close, yet so far.
Our forward propulsion shorted out. What was that?
I think... It's hard for me to actually say, but I think a bloodstone just exploded.
A bloodstone? Then how are we still alive?
Good question. But others might not have been so lucky. I'm going down to scout for survivors. See if I can piece together what happened, and why the blast reversed itself.
Watch your back, and let me know what you find out. We'll try to get this bird running again.
Canuck was supposed to meet me here. Hope he and his troops were out of range. Fascinating. The blast released spirits from the Bloodstone. If I remember my Human History Symposium correctly, their victims sacrificed by the White Mantle. Beware. These spirits suffered for centuries. They won't know friend from foe. Those White Mantle left them like that. White Mantle! But they're... different.
The magic is mine!
Be ready to run!
large chunk of the Bloodstone still intact. And these foul things. This Bloodstone must have been larger than anyone imagined. What could have caused it to explode?
Fairly deadly blast.
Ah, members of the Pact!
Bloodstones! I'll slit your throat!
Commander, are you still alive?
They've been consumed by Bloodstone magic. May they find their place in the eternal alchemy.
How is she? Any improvements?
She's stable. Well, physically stable, at least.
And mentally?
This magic is unlike anything I've seen. It's deliberately tuned to cause as much suffering as possible.
Let's hunt down these stone men and show them how the Pact deals with its enemies.
I've never seen an explosion collapse on itself like that. Magic was inches from my face, and then it suddenly shot into the ground. You think a dragon was responsible?
I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm here to investigate. I want to get into that crater and find out why the blast reversed and where the magic went.
Easier said than done. The area is swarming with White Mantle. We sent a patrol, but only one soldier made it back, and she's,
Hang in there, soldier.
not well.
Medic, keep up the
What's wrong with her?
She was hit with magic unlike any we've seen. On the outside, she's fine, but it twisted her inside something fierce. She can barely move. She's been raving about floating purple stone monsters ever since she got back.
Stone creatures? That rings a White Mantle bell. Can you reach the Priory and see what they know about them?
Sure thing, Commander.
Have you seen Canuck?
Who?
He's a Sylvari. Tough but well-spoken. Medium build. A bit cranky.
Can't say that I have. But I did see Kaith run through here like a centaur on fire. She wouldn't stop for anything. Just hauled tail through the war zone and was gone like that.
Thank you. I'll let the General know you're down here.
Is it as bad as it looks down there?
It's not good. White Mantle hit in the blast are mad with hunger for magical energy. They gather any scrap they can find.
The White Mantle? Could they have done this? And to what end?
I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment gone wrong. Maybe it was supposed to empower all of them and it went awry.
Whoever it was, we owe them our gratitude. That blast would have hit Lion's Arch, and they just rebuilt the place.
I'd hold off on the thanks until we know what their motive is. There's a Pact squad down there. They've already established a camp and are trying to get a foothold in the area.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, it's not all good news. Some other Pact members were also caught in the blast.
Just what the Pact didn't need. More dead soldiers.
They're not dead, but they've been twisted by Bloodstone magic, just like the White Mantle.
They don't deserve that. They deserve peace.
I understand. I'd want the same if the roles were reversed.
Thank you, Commander.
Continue investigation. Come in. Can you read me, Commander?
Loud and clear, Timey.
Finally! There's been tons of magical interference. Been difficult to get a clean line to you. Okay, I've been going over some data coming in from the blast area, and one thing stands out. The people who were within the blast radius who, survived, they need to consume the magic to live, but the magic's also driving them more and more insane.
That must be why I've seen them snatching up Bloodstone shards.
Then they have to have a way to harvest the magic inside. Yeah, I wonder how.
I'll track down where they're taking the shards for harvest and see what they're using. Commander, over.
Did you mean Commander out? It's okay. Communicator protocol takes a little getting used to. Timey out.
Take that!
Come in, Tiny. I've liberated the artifact.
Only thing to do now is try it out. You should be able to harvest bloodstone nodes and fragments scattered by the blast.
Now this is a find!
Accelerate!
Can't say I hadn't noticed. I'm either exceptionally unlucky or exceptionally lucky. Can't decide which.
The concept of luck is generally positive. The eternal alchemy
From being executed by a giant bloodstone to nearly being blown up by an even bigger bloodstone.
Yet you survived both. I think you deserve a nickname. Bennett the Everlasting.
Isn't that tempting the eternal alchemy to smite me for my arrogance or something?
That's not how the eternal alchemy works.
Goodbye. Bennett, any update on the creature that hospitalized your scout?
We finally got a message from Priory headquarters. Hard to get a pigeon to fly through a magical storm in one piece. The description of these stone men matched an ancient weapon the Mersat and White Mantle used before the Crichton Civil War. They're called Jade Constructs. They were the Mersat's primary martial units.
Floating constructs? That sounds similar to the Exalted.
That's because they're using ancient magic from a similar origin. Or at least that's my current theory, Poobah.
Did your backpack just call you Poobah, Commander?
It's a long story. Go on, Timey.
There was a time, way back, when the Seers and the Mersat shared a lot of info. Why do you think they're all so floaty?
So is there anything that will keep me alive in a fight against these Jade things?
Remember that magical protection I told you about? That should work against Jade constructs, too. It was based on Seer research that Zinn, the founder of Rada Novus, performed during the Crichton Civil War. I highly suggest mastering it before you get in a smashy scenario with one of those Jade brutes. Good luck, time me out!
Get out of my way!
Infuriate! It looks like there are magical scorch marks leading this way. I'm nigh invincible. there?
It's me, Commander.
Keith. Bennett said he saw you.
Are you...
Trying to figure out why the explosion reversed itself and the trail led me here. Look at these marks. Could these have been made by a torrent of magic?
Possibly. You think something or someone was behind this? Or was it a natural disaster?
Seems like an awfully odd natural disaster. You saw what happened, right?
I've recently learned to not always rely on my senses. They can betray you.
This pedestal seems to be the nexus of it all. Let's look around and see...
Tremor!
By my ears!
Did you see that?
That bloodstone explosion seemed to trigger some sort of magical echo.
I couldn't really tell what was happening.
Let's find some more bloodstone and see if we can recreate it. Get a clearer picture. This could give us an insight on why the blast reversed itself. Some bloodstone pieces next to this staircase. Guess this is how someone would get down here to do... How did you end up down here?
I was returning from the grove when I saw the explosion on the horizon. I wasn't going to leave it uninvestigated.
Good work getting this deep into the crater. Keith, over here. Infuriating! Just a bunch of weapons.
You sure about that? Because they're glowing.
Infuriating! That was unexpected.
I'll hold my I told you so.
What was your business in the grove?
I was visiting the Pale Tree.
How is she after Mordremoth's death?
Ailing, but recovering, although not well enough to give me the guidance I needed.
Sorry to hear that.
It's... back to the task at hand. Those explosions exposed some more bloodstones.
It's a note. Must have survived in this chest.
What's it say?
It was the White Mantle, all right. Apparently, they've been prodding the Bloodstone for some time now. But it also hints at some sort of splintering within their group and a divisive leader. Must be Caudicus.
The Legate Minister? I should stop by Divinity's Reach more often. Out of the loop.
Bloodstone under this table. I'm nigh invincible. Some more bloodstone here. Can't believe this operation was happening under our noses this whole time. What is that thing? I'm nigh invincible. Rocket punch! Infuriate! Ha-ha! Ambush! Back up! Back up!
Commander, before we go any further, I want to clear the air between us.
Here? Why would I expect any different? Your timing has always been perfect.
See, that's why I have to speak now. I know you're still upset with me, and you have every right to be. I can't take back what happened, but I can tell you I know what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. My wild hunt, Mordremoth's voice, they were tearing at each other, and sometimes I didn't know which was which. I was very confused, and I felt like the only person I could trust was me.
That's the very time you should have leaned on your friends.
Don't you see? I didn't know who my friends were. Enemies, friends, even Fowlin. It was all grey. I wish I would have trusted you, but I didn't. And now that's in the past. All I can do is hope you'll forgive me in the future.
Kaith!
You don't have to respond now. I want you to think about it, so your decision is considered.
Okay, well, let's see if our little experiment works. Ready? I'll take care of releasing their magic.
Then what?
Then we cross our fingers that we jumpstart the magic echo and don't blow ourselves to smithereens. What was that? What happened?
Where you were standing, there was only a brilliant light devouring magic. Then some people behind the light didn't look so lucky. These silhouettes.
They must have been vaporized by the blast.
Who would have done this purposefully?
Someone who just absorbed the lion's share of a bloodstone's worth of magic. Could have been Codicus. I have to find Canuck and warn him, if he's still alive.
Commander! Are you up there?
Sounds like someone's looking for you.
Commander, Canuck ordered us to find you. Minister Codicus is in the area.
He's alive. I need to tell him about what we just witnessed. Point me in the right direction. Kaith?
You know what? I think I'll stay a moment. Maybe poke around some more.
Are you sure? Will you be okay?
It's fine, Commander. Remember? I'm a shadow.